Okay, good. That's good. Well, that brings us back to today and theoretical approaches to personality. Now, last week I asked you to come prepared to talk briefly about one particular theoretical approach and to present the key issues based on your reading or research. So, Ben, can we start with you?
Yes, sure. The theory I've been reading about is called the type approach. And this theory, it's based around personality. So it's a personality type theory, I guess. Anyway, it aims to classify people into categories, distinct sort of different categories. That's the main thing. A person is either one personality type or they're the other. Okay.
What sort of types?
Well, the basic idea comes from Jung, writing in 1923, I think it was. He wrote a book called Psychological Types. And Jung says that people are either extrovert or introvert. And he defines the terms extrovert and introvert as, just a minute. Yes. Extroverts are oriented to the outer world of things and events, and introverts are the opposite, oriented to the inner world of thoughts and ideas. This was Jung's theory, the personality typology, as it's called. And actually, it's been very influential.
You say influential, how?
Well, for example, this typology led to the development of the Myers-Briggs type indicator, which is a personality assessment tool. It's used a lot in business.
Myers, how do you spell that, sorry?
Myers, M-Y-E-R-S, and then hyphen, Briggs, B-R-I-G-G-S. And that was in 1962. Well, and the Myers-Briggs one recognizes 4 basic personality functions. They call them functions. So, first, there's extroversion or introversion. That's obviously the Jung influence. Then, second, you've got intuition or sensing. Basically, this is like internal and external, your inner voice versus observation. Then it's thinking or feeling, which actually is objective or subjective. And lastly, you've got judgment or perception, which is sort of being in control or setting schedules versus just seeing what happens. But the key thing is that most people are either one or the other. And that's probably just about it.
So, Katerina, over to you.
Oh, thank you. Yes, well, I'm going to talk briefly about the behaviorist approach, which is concerned with the study of behavior, obviously, as a separate entity. There are a number of different sort of branches of behaviorism, so it's hard to come up with just one definition. But essentially, the main idea is that this approach views us, it views all behavior, what we do, how we respond to events, as a consequence of conditioning. So, what does that mean? Well, the behaviorist approach says that we become conditioned to respond to our environment, that it's our environment and things like money or social praise which condition most human behavior. These type of things, they're called reinforcers. So to put it very simply, it's sort of like reward and punishment. If you behave in a certain way and something good happens as a result, you're more likely to act the same way the next time. And if you do something and you don't get a reward or you get punished, you're less likely to act that way in the future. Okay? So your behavior is being reinforced all the time? Well, that's the basic idea.
And do you have any examples for that?
Oh, yes. Well, in particular, in 1970s, an American psychologist called Skinner wrote about this experiments on behavior. And he gives us various examples. Like, say people work for money because they know it will result in food and other things they need. And, well, in their life, over their lifetime, people build up associations between all sorts of different situations. So people have behavioral responses to these situations.
Interesting.
They know that they can result in positive or negative reinforcement. Yes, so that's about all, really. Those are the main points.